Okay, I'm back again. Back again. All right, so I have rolled my black clay through setting number 4. So I want it kind of thin. Now, another thing about this is I didn't use clay that I had added blackout to because I really want this clay to be more rigid. I don't want it to be as flexible as the blackout can make your scrap clay. So I've taken the clay straight off of the block, and conditioned it up and then rolled it through setting number 4. No, I don't want any of these little ridges on it. So I'm going to take a clean rod. It's not the easiest thing to find around here, and roll it flat. Because even though they're not huge, like deep ridges in the clay, you know what? You still got to sand them away. So might as well get rid of them first, or do the best you can at it. Still going to have to sand some. Now here's my template. So I'm just going to put it down. And now I'm going to take a little needle and I am just going to pierce four places. And these four little impressions, because that's what they will be the next time, are really what will guide me as I cut. All right, so I'm just going to take my needle, and what this is it's an acupuncture needle, but it's not a real thin one, and that's what I'm using to cut the clay. And Cara Jane is the one who told me, because she makes all these wonderful acrylic shape cutout thingies. And this is how she cuts it out rather than using a blade. Once again, I'm just going to give this another. Then lift it up. Okay, so let's cut the second one, because you need one on one side and one on the other. Okay, now let's eliminate this extra clay. And I'm gonna go to 8. You know what? I'll tell you guys, this is good because there are a couple things happening here. I'm gonna separate these out so that this template does not touch the other piece of clay. All right. Now, the second thing, when you use templates like these acrylic templates, of course, the acrylic grabs the clay. Oops. And we don't really want that. So what I would do is sand the back of this template. And I'm just going to do what's behind. I'm using, okay, and by roughing it up, the ring template is less likely to stick. Now here, I'm going to put black clay behind so you can actually see. See, this is the clear, unsanded part. This is the part I sanded. Now, the template won't stick as readily to the clay. And that's kind of important. I mean, you can save yourself a lot of grief if you just sand the flat side of your acrylic templates. All right, so let's take, oops, and center the template over the 4 little pin pricks. Then take cut the circle out, lift it off, and then move to the next one. Okay. Now I'm going to press these to my IKEA bowl. And just be careful and don't stretch it. Okay, these will go in the oven and I will cure them for a good long time, probably 40 minutes, because I want them to be very well cured and very rigid. Now, this is black clay. I'm not going to wait for that. I'm just going to use these that I had cut before. If I can find 2 that match. Here. Are these the 2 that match? Yep, there we go. Those 2 match. All right, so let me take, and this is very soft. This is the blackout clay. Okay, now how thick a ring do I want? Good question. I think today it will just be 2 thicknesses of the thickest setting in my pasta machine. Okay, and this is good and soft clay. Now I'm going to take liquid, just a bit, put it on the inside, of both sides. Too much clay. Too much clay. And press one side and just do a rough trim. Like so. Okay, now I'm just gonna push this down a little bit like that. Get some of the excess out and trim more away. So I have a confession. I do things a lot of different ways. I mean, one day I may do something one way, and then the next time might be a little different. I do clay like my mother cooked. She was a great cook. I only hope I do as well with clay. All right, so let's take the second piece. And now I'm going to just push it on there. And as you're pushing, you may have to adjust the position a little bit so that the two sides are completely aligned. Now, what might be interesting is making rings where the two sides are not aligned. That I haven't tried, but that might be interesting. But for this demo, let's just do it the usual way. Okay, just squeezing and squeezing. Okay, now let's see how well I am aligned between the two. I'm going to slide the blade right there along both sides and see. And you can just feel the sides, and you can really feel if the two pieces are properly aligned or if they're kind of askew. I'm going to make the point. This one's going to come to a point, so I'm just going to take and squeeze the tip so that it does come to a point. And then cut and trim away the clay from the middle. Okay. Now, you're going to need a scalpel to trim away certain parts, like that part. So just cut carefully. Once again, there's going to be sanding at the end, so. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some sanding if I want this to stand. I don't know exactly when I made these two pieces, but I think they might have changed a bit since then. All right, now it's time to cut the center. One side, let's cut the other side. Oops. And there you go. Now, sometimes you do have to correct things with another curing. For instance, here I cut maybe a little too much off of this side, a little less off of that, but that's easy enough to correct with backfilling. You just put fresh clay in there and backfill. As a matter of fact, I can probably do a bit of backfilling now, but if I backfill now, chances are I'll also have to eliminate extra clay there, but I think it's worth it. I think I'm gonna try that. Actually, I take it back. I'm not. I'm just going to bake it just like this. And then the next curing, I'll do any corrective backfilling here if I have to do more backfilling here or anywhere else. So I'm just going to leave it. You know, sometimes you fuss with things and you think, oh, yeah, it's easier to do it when it's raw. But then you start working at it and you create more problems than you had initially. So I'm just going to stick with this, cure this, and backfill after. Now let's go to some of these. See, there's a little bit of an imperfection there, so maybe I should take a bit of clay and backfill there. Take a little bit of liquid, press it in, and we're talking just a tiny bit of clay. The one I just did is going to require quite a bit more than this. So this might be the second time I'm backfilling. Now, I sanded this piece with obviously very coarse grit paper. It was probably something like this Abranet stuff. It takes the clay down really, really fast. And for that, it's phenomenal. It's great. But if you're going to do any high gloss finishes like this, you probably want to steer away from the Abranet. You're probably going to go back to your traditional wet sanding with, 400, 600, and it's going to take you more time, but it's what you have to do if you want a high gloss finish. This, I don't really mind. I mean, I like this matte finish. So what I will do with this is the same thing that I do a lot, which is to take my messy Nivea and just apply a good liberal coat of the Nivea to the ring. And what will happen is after this is baked, excuse me, after the lotion has really soaked in and done its thing, then you get a nice matte black finish. Now, I had a question before from someone about the Nivea. Do you have to do it again? Yes, you probably will have to do it again. This is not kind of a permanent thing. It is lotion. But I think that's one of the things I like about it the most is that the Nivea is widely available, totally non-toxic, and effective. But maybe you have to do it again, okay? But you'll have a nice matte finish. So if anything, I think I kind of prefer the matte finish, although I do like this one. All right, so I think that's it. I wouldn't even know how to figure out if anybody had any questions. Oh, hello. Yes, Abranet is. This is Abranet. This stuff, Mirka Abranet, and I bought this in Europe, in France, but I believe you can get it here. Yeah, I think you can get it here. It's really great stuff. I really like it. Okay. Okay, peeps. So I think that's it. I do know some of you are here. Thank you very much. And you can, if there's anything you notice that I should do differently, then please tell me because I'm still learning all this stuff. I mean, I don't know how to edit anything. So this is like completely new frontier. How do I do that, Bettina? Okay, Bettina says, D, you should open up question. And your message disappeared. Wait, let me see. Save mute microphone. Cancel. Does anybody have any tap chat? Is that it? Live chat. Live chat. I just found live chat. Okay. Hi, Tina. Oh, thank you, Hazel. Oh, thank you, Liz. I really appreciate it. You guys, it's the only way I know how to do it, but I really kind of think that there's benefit to doing it this way because I kind of like to, it's like bushwhacking. You guys know what bushwhacking is? When we had horses, we used to bushwhack, which means you don't follow a straight path. You don't like go on a path. You just like go through this field and then you hang a left and you go through that field and maybe you go around this tree or bush. Oh, thank you. Well, you know what, Francis, you are with me right now. So I want to thank everybody for doing that. I intend to do more of these. And when I'm really comfortable with the process, then I will even tell you when they're going to be. Hi, Hazel. I feel like, you know what? I don't feel alone. I really do not feel alone. So I want to thank you guys very, very much for helping me. Hi, B. Yeah, you know what? It is fun. I feel, I live in the mountains. B knows where I live. I have a dog, two cats, and a husband. I spend a lot of time by myself. Oh, you're welcome, Elisa. It's absolutely my pleasure. I'm going to do more of it. Thank you. Okay, you guys. So if there's anything, okay, why don't we do this? If there's anything that you would like me to do or would like me to try to do for you, just put it in the comments. I know I'm not that good at the comment. I can hardly find the comments half the time. I mean, they come to me in emails and then it's like, I'm getting worse at email. I will try to be better. Okay, guys. Love ya. And once again, hi, Paula. Paula, hi. How are you? Okay, so I'm not writing, but you guys are writing, so I'm asking you questions, and then you have to write, and it's not exactly fair. I wish I could hear you guys. I will look and see if there's a way I can actually hear you, but I don't know. Okay, so I'm hoping that this has all been recorded. I think it was recorded because the first part was recorded. Do you have? I'm sorry, your message disappeared. They're all disappearing. Okay, guys, I will go back and read and try to answer. Okay, so everybody have a great Sunday. Um, Go out and have some fun. Go to the beach. Okay, bye. Bye. I'm ending the